Hi everyone and welcome to Fundy Motorsports Magazine. I'm your host Dave Hanlon, and this is part 2 of our very special coverage of the big monster truck action that was held out at Exhibition Park Raceway. Now, in case you've missed last week's show, we're highlighting the monster truck action held out at EPR about 3 weeks ago. Now, as well as having the #1 monster truck in the association, Gravedigger there, we also had some other big trucks as well, like Carolina Crusher and even Nightmare. There was also a very well-known daredevil who goes by the name of Mr. TNT. You'll find out why he goes by that name a little later on in our show tonight. But his name right now is Danny Reed, and we had a chance to talk to Danny before he did one of his first stunts, an 80-mile-an-hour car crash. And here's what Danny had to say. Okay, we're here tonight with the main part, or one of the main parts of the show tonight. It's Danny Reed. He is going to be performing the stunt tonight. Danny, exactly what are you going to be doing?
Well, tonight I'm going to be doing 3 different stunts. What we're standing in right here is called the Tunnel of Fire. It's not completely finished yet. We'll have straw piled on the top of it, and as you can see, we have it all the way down the top, and we'll pour around 20-25 gallons of gasoline on this thing. And gasoline burns at 1,500 degrees, so any skin that's not covered when I go through this will blister. It's extremely hot. You can't get within 50, 75 feet of it. I mean, it's that hot. What I'll do is ride my bike. I'll start down the other end. I'll come through here about 60 miles an hour. As you can see, it's only 5 feet wide. And time you got your handlebars, and I have to duck down. And the whole reason it's made that small is to make it dangerous. I mean, you know, it's once you go inside, you're blinded. You can't see. The only time I can see is when I'm back there and go into it. Once I'm inside, just can't see at all. So the object is to get out the other end. I fell in 3 of them over the years. Luckily, I've been thrown out of them. If I ever fell inside of one, I'd probably get burned pretty bad. Yeah. And we call this the Tunnel of Fire. And the first stunt I'll be doing tonight is the dive bomber car crash. We have a car sitting over here on the ramps, and I'll jump that car almost 80 to 100 feet and land into some old junk cars. Sometimes the car will flip end over end. Sometimes it'll just nosedive inside, and there'll be explosion, fireballs going off, and it's a heck of a concussion. It's when you hit, your body takes a lot of G's, and it's pretty rough. I'll be strapped in with shoulder harnesses, and that's all the safety equipment I have is a helmet.
Now, when you come through this wall of fire, you'll obviously be wearing an asbestos suit or just a regular suit?
2 layers of fire suit. Now that protects me while I'm in here, but if I fall, it doesn't protect me. I mean, when I come out of the other end, I'll feel the heat on my skin, as though, you know, sometimes I'll pat my back because I feel like I'm on fire, but it's just extremely hot.
Have you ever had I don't mean to omen you or anything, but have you ever had a bad feeling right before you do a stunt?
Oh, yeah, I've done things over, you know, I've had a long career. This is my 18th year, and I've done things through the years where the people were already sitting in the seats, and I didn't feel good about it, but I signed a contract. I was here to do a job, and I'll do it no matter, you know, what the risks are. I'm here to perform, and that's my job.
And that is a true performer. Okay, thanks a lot, Danny. Good luck tonight.
Okay, he's down on the backstretch between turns number 3 and 4. Taking just a moment to make sure he's strapped in. He is suited up, helmet on, fire suit, driving gloves. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible Danny Reed and the dive bomber. They call it the dive bomber for very obvious reasons. One, in which approximately 60 seconds you too will understand. As he has some talk by way of two-way communication with his crew, he was a little concerned earlier. Turn number 4 was a little wet. He was getting a little squirrely as he comes around. He's trying to gain some speed. He comes around turn number 4. He heads towards the straightaway, comes around the monster trucks. Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the ramp. Here he comes, going at the 60, 65 miles an hour. Up and oh! Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Reed in the car crash. Please stay back. The fire department works. checking for the fire. Let's make sure he's okay.
Come on, guys. There we go.
The fire department, thank you very much. Incredible fire department working very, very hard. Please watch it, gentlemen. Doing a fine job, guys. We appreciate it. Folks, please stand back. Allow our crews an opportunity to see it. He obviously a little faster than he intended. The flip. Is he all right, number one? The crew checking him out right now. It looks like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Danny Reed! Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for this guy? You just saw what he did. First of all, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm all right, I guess. I'll probably feel it pretty good in the morning. That roof come completely in. I could get everything out but my head, so I had to get the helmet off, and blowing that fire extinguisher in there is a little hard on you, and you got to breathe it.
Having a little trouble breathing right now. Danny, I've seen this stunt done before. That was just an incredible run. I know at the time you were hanging upside down with the feet out of the car, you weren't thinking it, but man, you gave them one heck of a show, and again, everything's all right. That's number one. God bless you, okay, and super job.
Yeah, I just, one thing I want to say is I've been to Canada several times, and I got to tell you, this is one of the most beautiful countries and the friendliest people as anywhere I've been, and I thank you.
You just made some friends. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable Danny Reed! You know, I think the radio still works. Yeah. I don't know if you folks can see it, but Danny's helmet is still pinned inside the car. Now, if you've ever waken up in the morning and felt like your head was in a vice, Danny just had his literally in a vice, and I don't know if you can see that in there. And you guys on TV, you might want to get this. The helmet of Danny Reed is literally up in the top of the car. When the roof caved in, it squished the helmet. And I don't know if you can get in there and get that, but the helmet, that thing has got one heck of a battery in it. The emergency flashers are still going.
Now that's a car with a lot of power, with the emergency lights still going. And I don't know, I think Danny was kind of a little shaken up when he found out his helmet was still stuck in the roof of the car. But it's a man with a lot of guts and almost no brains, as you just heard. And coming up a little later on in this show, we'll have our Fundy Motorsports magazine calendar of events update as well. You'll see Danny Reed in the Tunnel of Fire. But now you'll find out why Danny Reed wants to blow himself up. No one really knows why. I asked him that off camera, and he said, well, it's just something I have to do. Now you're not going to find out why they call him Mr. TNT.
You've seen this guy earlier tonight. His helmet literally got stuck in the car as Danny Reed did his dive bomb stunt. Let me tell you a little something about Danny. He's 35 years old. He's been featured in 2 movies, Death Raiders and Death Drivers. He's one of the top stuntmen in the country, 19 years experience as a daredevil. He's been on ships to tell the truth, but check out his thrill seekers as well as their own shows on ESPN. Mr. TNT is his name. Danny's stage name from a stunt known as the Human Bomb. Also performs the motorcycle jumps, the Tunnel of Fire, which you'll see later if Danny's still with us, and of course the dive bomb. His first stunt at the age of 15. Danny's been all over throughout the United States, South America, Aruba, Jamaica, receiving national attention everywhere he goes, and now in Canada, he loves to be here. We're going to ask your help in this. First, as Danny prepares tonight, a blast that could rip apart one of these vehicles here before us tonight. But Danny's going to get in that box. You're going to help me do a countdown.
And he's going to let it rip. We have the ambulance and safety officials standing by. Those of you over in the area, please stay where security tells you to. Those of you right down front, be careful. Ladies and gentlemen, as he goes in that coffin of death, Mr. TNT, Danny Reed. Everybody silent on the track. Danny getting a little bit of last-minute help from you-know-who. That would be scary enough. Help me out. He's got to hear us do our countdown. Are you ready, crowd? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! Let's make sure it's all right. Come on, roll up, roll up. Stay back, folks. Folks, he's already done this once tonight. He gets some help, the helmet's off. Check him out, check him out. Make sure he's okay. The stench from the blast is incredible here. Pieces of the box all over. They give him a little O2. Let's make sure he's okay. They say he's okay. Let's see if he can get up. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Reed! I've seen you do it before, buddy. But every time I wonder, are you okay this time? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. It's just a lot of concussion inside that box. It's like somebody beating you with 2x4s. It's really hard to explain it, but it takes you a minute or two to get your air back.
I know you've been asked it before, but these crazy people have been asking me. Why, Danny?
I started young when I was 15 years old, and right then, I didn't care if I got paid or not. Just feed me 2 or 3 times a day. But after 3 years, I said, well, this is okay, but I want to make some money, and I enjoy it, and I love the money.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's the best in the business. You're getting a chance to see him live here tonight. The incredible Danny Reed, Mr. TNT! Thank you, Danny. Tell you what,
About time you shut them noisy things off down there. Turn the lights out.
Squicks, what are you doing?
You gotta hold this show up a minute. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Hold on. The bathroom is over here.
Time out. I gotta go to the bathroom.
I cannot hold the show up so you can go to the bathroom.
I gotta see what's going on. I paid good money to come here.
I don't know where. Oh, yeah, I know you paid good money because you borrowed the money from me to get here.
I know it.
Now, I tell you, why don't you go in there? There's a bathroom right there. Just go in there and do your business.
Right there?
Right there. Just go on in there.
Don't do nothing until I get back.
Look, I'm not going to hold up the show. You're just going to have to hurry, okay?
You're just gonna have to hold up the show.
You get your skinny behind in there and do your business.
George, I'll be right back. Don't start without me.
Mr. Weak Kidneys.
I got the kill switch in here.
You got the kill switch.
Yep.
You raise your arm and you'll kill everything in sight. George, listen to that guy. He's in there singing, carrying on. We got to go, man. I can't stand here and wait for him to take his whatever.
Don't do nothing till I get out there.
What is he doing?
Just wait a minute.
I got a way to get him out of there. You want to get?
No, just wait.
You guys want to get him out of there? Shh, come on.
I said I'll be right out.
Shh.
La-da-dee. La-da-da-da. La-da-da-dee. La-da-da. La-da. La-da-da-da. Oh, shit, wait a minute. Oh.
I got him! I got
Quit looking. Hey.
Your Highness!
I'm going home, Joe. But before I go, I'd like to ask a favor of all the little children. Please don't try anything out here that Danny Reed has tried. And also, if you ride a motorcycle, please wear a helmet. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Squeaks the Clown! Oh, by the way, Squeaks, I hope everything came out all right.
First off, we should let you know that Squeaks was not hurt, but his ears were ringing for quite a while afterwards. I got to talk to him, and he was sitting here going, what? Anyway, now for the feature part, the part that everyone's been waiting for on Fundy Motorsports magazine. What you're going to see is the 2 timed runs of the monster trucks. I'll give you a little hint, though. Keep your eye on Carolina Crusher. Now, back to Joe Lowe.
Here we go. Nightmare comes up. He'll come up to the staging area. The distance is about 190 feet. The time to beat is Black Stallion's 10.15 seconds. Can the GMC beat 10.15? What do you think? Here we go. Sounds a little loud to me. Maybe we can turn that down just a bit in topside. All right, Nightmare, we saw what he could do, and here comes Gary Wiggins in the Carolina Crusher. The big Chevy comes up. You see the red light up in the cab. That signifies that our ignition interrupter radio is working. The distance to beat, or the time to beat, rather, 6.82 seconds. 6.82 seconds. Happy birthday to RJ. Happy birthday to RJ. We're ready to go. The crowd
that the last stroke?
Nope, there's one more.
Broke the front tire. Okay, guys, let's go. Let's get ready to finish this up. Go. More to the everyone know right now. Are you okay, big guy?
Yeah, doing fine.
Are you sure everything's got? What's wrong with the truck now?
Well, we got to take it out the ditch here and see. We got a few problems here, like the shocks messed up and the rims messed up.
But the number one rule is that the driver is okay. How about it? Gary Wiggins, the Carolina Crusher!
I was sure he had the goddamn thing killed, man. And he didn't.
Now remember, when he's going for the gusto, he turns those red headlights on, and there they are. The red headlights that every other monster truck hates to see. The incredible Grave Digger! Get your cameras ready, hold on to your kids. It's showtime with Digger, and right there, look at that, number one on the windshield. What a cocky son of a gun engine it is. The car's rolling. And he doesn't want the same thing to happen to Digger as happened to his buddy Gary Wiggins. He has to turn around on the track and look at Wiggins. Time, 7.69 seconds. A fair run for the Digger, but the fastest run belongs to the truck in the ditch. Here comes the Digger! Here comes Greg Digger!
The time to beat, 6.63 seconds. Let's bring up the Crimson Crusher. The big Ford out of Indiana, he knows what he's got to do. He's got to turn in a time. He's got to get out of double digits and get into single digits. And the kill radio again. We call it the ignition interrupter. I call it the kill radio. Kills the power to the wheels as these big monsters loom forth. Don't forget, tomorrow night show. Tomorrow night show set to go at 7:30, I believe, tomorrow night. And then on Sunday at 2 o'clock show in Moncton. Here we go, second round action. The Crimson Crusher, the big red car goes. Whoa! And I would say a little better time there for Greg Adams and the Crimson Crusher. Yes, 9.02 seconds. 9.02 seconds. And Black Stallion out of Hagerstown, Maryland. You can see sponsored by Goodyear. Wears that Goodyear hat, runs those Goodyear tires. And a member of the Monster Truck Racing Association. We call it MTRA. Mike comes up. Our track official, George Costas, says, let's check out, and that he does. Mike Rothers. Here this weekend with his family, he's got a little son about 3 years old that looks like they ran Mike through a Xerox machine. There's no denying whose son he is. Here we go. Whoa! And you gotta know, seeing that Carolina Crusher in a ditch at the end of the track has gotta prey heavy on these guys as they come over there. 7.65 seconds. 7.65 seconds for the Stallion. He takes 3 seconds off his time. Okay, here comes Steve Hesson, Nightmare. Steve, a recent move. He's now out of Ohio, formerly of Indiana, out of Howland, Ohio. Steve Hesson, Nightmare. The GMC is ready to go. Look for the green line, and it's showtime! Woo! How about that for a run? The big TMC spins around on the track, comes back down. Steve Hesson, Nightmare!
He knows that Steve has had an incredible run of 6.15 seconds. He also knows his running mate is sitting in a ditch right now. If you're ready, let's let the digger go! Can he break the record?
Good run for Digger. I don't know if he could beat that 6.15 set by Nightmare. The time for Digger. The Grave Digger! Records are made to be broken. The time for Hess and Nightmare was 6.15 seconds. You think the Digger beat him? The time for Gravedigger, 6.06 seconds! He's ready. The torch is lit. Wow! The fire! Here he comes. He's got to hit it at 45 to 50 miles an hour. The incredible Danny Reed! Woo! Woo!
And that wraps up another show of Fundy Motorsports Magazine. Coming up on next week's show, road racing from Penfield International Raceway, and we ran out of time this week to have our Fundy Motorsports Magazine calendar of events, but that will return next week also. So on behalf of producer Don Ferguson, I'm Dave Hanlon for Fundy Motorsports Magazine. Keep motoring.